Warning, this video may contain graphic images and dark themes. Be warned, because we are heading back into the world of plastic, and this is the series finale of the first volume. It's been an absolutely wild ride, and honestly, I cannot wait to do more horror comics, because it seems like you guys actually like it. Now, let us begin, because a lot went down in this video, and I promise you, you are not ready for what happens at the end. We pick up from where we left off in the last video, with Edwin demanding for his love. Where is Virginia? Now, to the naked eye, it would seem like Edwin was alone in this room, defenseless. Knowing full well there was nothing stopping the guards from coming after him, he planned ahead and set some charges, and he held the dead man's switch in his hand. You give me Virginia, or we die, including you and your beloved son. Not willing to play no games with an absolute psychopath, he commanded the guards to bring Virginia in. And to Edwin's surprise, she was okay, shockingly. But this was a good sign, because if she wasn't, he definitely was going to kill everyone here, regardless. Thaddeus apologized that this was probably his fault. They got off on the wrong foot, but he wanted to know who this man was. Who are you? Edwin wasn't even shy about it. He said, my name is Edwin. He said, cool. Now, how do you want to play this, Edwin? Edwin was no fool. He said, you bring Virginia to me. Realizing that Edwin was smarter than he looked, he commanded one of his guards to go give him Virginia. But Edwin said, pause. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, you bring Virginia to me. And so, having no other choice, the crime boss decided to bring Virginia to him, and he embraced her, still holding the dead man's switch, as the boss released his kid, who instantly went running, trying to get to safety. Forgetting the fact that all this was your fault, you stupid prick. Now, all that was left was the detonator, and he gave it to the boss, fair and square. Everything was done. He was supposed to leave, and the matter was supposed to be finished. But the thing is, the boss still had something to say. He thanked Edwin. You helped me see the weaknesses in my operation. Matter of fact, you helped me take out a few of them. I appreciate it. But the thing is, you crossed me. You hurt my son. You fucked up my business. I can't let you leave. It will fuck up my rep. Edwin, however, didn't care. Matter of fact, he was not even terrorized because he had a plan. Looking to Gwen underneath the building, he winked at her, which was the signal, and she lit the cabin on fire. Realizing that all this was a setup, he commanded his boys, kill that monster. Don't let him leave. And they shot, and sadly, they hit their mark. A bullet struck our boy Edwin, but this time it wasn't just him. The bullet passed through him and hit his girl. This was a mistake. Gwen screamed for Edwin. Edwin, jump. Please, get in the boat. But he was mourning. In the middle of a burning building, he was mourning his doll because she was his world, and he was forced to watch her die in front of him. Gwen must have realized that he was a sitting duck, so with a gun in her hand, she tried to lay suppressive fire, and it worked. All the guards were scared for their life. They thought he had an army, so they decided to run. Even the boss ran. With this new breathing room, Gwen was not taking no for an answer. Edwin, get in the boat, now. Finally shaken up, he gave Virginia to Gwen. As he came down, it was time for them to leave, because this prick was planning to blow up the shack. Thankfully, Edwin was smart enough not to give him the actual charge. He was absolutely pissed. But don't worry, your day, your life was going to end regardless. As soon as Gwen made sure they had enough distance, she lit the cabin up without mercy, and it blew up. But our boy was still mourning. She was the love of his life, and now he had nothing. Now, you would think the story ends there, but nah. Gwen knew how to do first aid. Sadly, he was a retired serial. He had experiences with the human body, which is why he knew one does not just heal from this type of injuries. Gwen didn't want to leave him. You're the only person that has treated me with respect. I am staying with you. But he didn't want her to. You have a life to live. The only reason I had to live was Virginia. and she is dying too. I prefer to leave this world with her. Now, Gwen understood this. She understood his love. But what she didn't understand is why the hell are we allowing that prick walk away? But this was just funny to Edwin because she was supposed to know him better. They've been around for a long time. I'm not letting him walk away. He hurt my girl. I have a promise to keep. Nobody hurts Virginia. Nobody. Making sure she had enough bread and clothes for her journey, he allowed her set off. He made sure she left safely. This wasn't her fight. She embraced him, thanking him for everything. He was the only person, like I said, to treat her with dignity. She was sad to go, but she knew she had to. And as she left, he realized there were a couple more innocents that need to be taken care of. He brought out the corpse, and he brought out his mother. We see his mother is a skull in a bag. Still feeling like he could have a conversation with the dead, he spent his final moment of peace with all three of them, his mother, the cop, and his beloved. Because what comes next, well, it was explosive. While Edwin was finding peace, the boss and his prick son, they were finding peace of their own. Because his son was finally tired of being picked on by his father. And at that moment, we see his father's face change. He lets his son know, before you do this, I have something to say to you. I have not been a good father. I have disrespected you and thought it was discipline. I apologize, but I need you to know I do love you. I may mistreat you, but that doesn't stop the fact that I love you, and I'm sorry for the way I've treated you. His son witnessed his father talking to him for the first time like a man, and he couldn't hold it. He started to cry. Both of them finally realized that all this means nothing if we both hate each other. And honestly, they were finding peace together. But the thing is, they do not deserve peace. They are pieces of shit. And thankfully, Edwin was not the forgiving type. He made a promise. Using his car, he came crashing through with C4 in his trunk. He knew it was over, so he decided to leave this world with a bang, especially having his love next to him. The shockwave was so massive, even the corpse fell over. His mother fell over, and we discovered that the family he went to kill for this prick weren't really dead. He asked them to hide, and thankfully, they were safe. Everyone was safe. The lovely Gwen had set off on her new journey, and we see when she's asked for her name, she had rebranded, and now she goes by Virginia. I want to thank you guys, especially for those of you who reached this point. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and drop a like below, because I drop a video every single day. Peace.